Alright, so we're going to utilize the winged concept to form the winged castle. What it is a large display in the hands that looks very impossible, and it's very quick to set up, which is what I absolutely love about it, is you can really catch people off guard with it, and oftentimes you'll get credit for doing something you're not actually doing. So with that said, let me give you guys a brief overview and an exposed view of how this thing actually works. Alright, so this is an exposed view. Let me briefly walk you through it. So you're going to make a one-handed fan, and you're going to out-jog one card using the sort of a hot shot method. And then you're going to clip one card in between the packet from the one-handed fan. And you see this platform? You're actually going to balance it on one of the out-jogged cards right here that you're going to grab and place this whole structure right on top. And then you're going to slide this card over. So this is the resulting display. And it looks very impressive, and oftentimes you'll get credit for actually balancing this whole square structure with your thumb, which is a pretty cool thing in itself. And then you just take it down like so and square up. So that was a brief overview of Winged Castle. Now let me show you a more detailed explanation of it. Alright, so we start off in mechanics grip. What we're going to do is ripple off about a third or even a half, I like to use a third of the deck, and make a one-handed fan. Okay, with our other hand, we're going to insert our index finger right inside the packet, and we're just going to out-jog one card. This card is going to be pulled out by the index finger and rotated around the middle finger. So let me try that again. Here, insert the index finger inside, and pull this card around until it rotates and is 90 degrees and is perfectly perpendicular to this packet right there. So you have this out-jogged card. Now what you're going to do is use this card, the top card of the fan, to sort of insert it. I like to use my pinky as a guideline on where to insert the card, and it's just going to be inserted right there. You can, however, just as easily sort of use this card, shove that in there, and use that as a guideline to which put the card. So that kind of provides you an even plane on which the two cards are, because you don't want to drastically, have this card way on top and this card way on the bottom. If you want them to be on the same plane, you might want to use that technique of sort of guiding it along. This pinky, the technique I use most is the pinky technique, because most of the time I get it right on with a few cards in between. So what you're going to proceed to do is you're going to use your pinky to sort of peel that card off. And what that's going to allow you to do is it's going to let you balance this whole structure on top of that card. And your thumb is holding that one card up. And this packet, this whole platform, can be pretty heavy, and it's still going to hold the whole weight. After you've placed the packet, without moving, without revealing your hand, and I'll go through it one more time so you guys know what I mean, without letting your guard down, you're just gonna move this card right on top, this one card, move it right along, and you're just gonna out-jog it to where it's sitting on both of these cards. This completes the square and the whole platform right there. See that? So this whole platform is balanced on the edge. So pause for display. This is pretty impressive because it can be set up pretty fast. So to take this down, this is what you're gonna do. You're just gonna take this card down first, followed by this side, the top side, the one closest to you or far away, doesn't matter. Take it off, and then slide this packet right onto mechanics grip. And then you're just going to close the one-handed fan like so, and square up. Now notice that we have here a bend in the card, and that's obviously because the platform was resting on top of this card, so it's going to bend no matter what. Once you master this move, to get sort of the correct amount of how many cards to use for the platform and for the fan, you'll pretty much get this bevel. At first you might get a very large bevel because you'll have a tendency to use a larger platform, and that's okay. To fix this, first of all, you don't even really need to fix it, because after you lay the fan down, so from here, see that, the bevel, you're just gonna close the fan, and look, you can't see that at all. From pretty much any angle, you're not going to be able to tell that this card is bent. See that? So, but if you did want to fix it, what you can do is just spring the cards right after you do the move, which is usually what I do. And this usually fixes the bend and the whole problem itself. Or you can even do a pressure fan if you wanted to. And look, this fixes the problem. There are no bevels or bends anywhere. So let me walk you through that whole thing one more time. Riffle off about a third, make a one-handed fan, out jog one card. Remember, insert your index finger and make it rotate right around your middle finger. Sort of use the guideline or use your pinky to insert one card here. Your pinky peels one card off and gets ready for the balance. Now, before you take your hand away, you right away slide that card right off to the edge and complete the display. So you're left in this position. To take it off, again, just take the top card out and followed by the edges, slide this down onto mechanic's grip and close. And notice again, you don't see any sort of bend in the cards whatsoever. Spring on and we're good to go. So let me give you guys another angle and some slow motion shots of this move. Alright, so that was Winged Castle. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Some of the main key points to remember when doing this move is you don't want to expose your thumb. You don't want to expose that you're balancing the whole structure on just one card. You want to kind of make it seem almost that you're balancing the whole thing on your thumb. And that should be the regular everyday reaction, as people think that you balance that whole thing on your thumb. So make sure to utilize the correct angles and make sure to practice this in front of the mirror to see which works best. However, I can already tell you that the best angle is usually from the side, from the one that I taught you guys from, because you could not see that card sticking out. All you saw was just a platform and a one-handed fan. That's it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this move. Keep practicing it, and let's move on and see what else we can do with the winged concept.